Baris Baktas found himself caught in an emotional whirlwind, trapped between two women who had defined different chapters of his life. The tension had been building for months, with every interaction, every lingering glance, and every whispered conversation adding another layer to the drama. On one side was his wife, Gülüm Baktas, the woman he had vowed to spend his life with, the one who had stood by him through his struggles and triumphs. On the other side was Yağmur, the woman who had stirred something deep inside him, igniting a passion he could no longer ignore. The love triangle had been the subject of endless speculation. Every move they made was scrutinized by the media, their fans, and even their own families. Gülüm, once the center of Baris's world, had begun to feel like an outsider in her own marriage. She had watched helplessly as Baris drifted away, as his affection grew colder, as his once loyal heart became divided. And yet, she had refused to let go, believing that the bond they had built over the years was strong enough to withstand even the most challenging storms. Yağmur, on the other hand, had reached her breaking point. She had been patient, believing that Baris would eventually make the right choice, but time had only tested her resolve. She no longer wanted to be the secret, the second option, or the woman waiting in the shadows. She wanted a future, a commitment, and a love that did not come with guilt or uncertainty. The strain of it all had begun to take a toll on her, and those close to her noticed how her usual radiance had dimmed. The final moment of truth arrived on a night filled with quiet tension. It was said that Baris had spent hours alone, contemplating the weight of his decision. He knew that no matter what he chose, someone would be left heartbroken. Could he really walk away from the woman who had been his rock, his partner through the years? Or would he be denying himself true happiness by staying in a marriage that no longer felt right? Baris Baktas' decision to leave his wife, Gülüm Baktas, and choose Yağmur was not an easy one, but those close to the actor say it was inevitable. The love triangle had been unfolding for months, with whispers of his growing affection for Yağmur becoming harder to ignore. While Baris had initially tried to hold on to his marriage, it became clear that his heart was no longer fully with Gülüm. One of the biggest reasons for his decision was the undeniable chemistry he shared with Yağmur. The connection between them had started subtly, with on-screen moments turning into something deeper off-camera. At first, Baris dismissed his feelings as a passing attraction, but over time, he realized that Yağmur had become an essential part of his life. Their relationship wasn't just about passion, it was about understanding, excitement, and a sense of freedom that he no longer felt in his marriage. Sources close to the couple say that Baris felt trapped in his relationship with Gülüm. While their marriage had started with love, it had slowly turned into something suffocating. The expectations, responsibilities, and constant public scrutiny had taken a toll on them both. Arguments became more frequent, and the warmth that once defined their relationship had faded. Gülüm, who had sensed Baris slipping away, had tried to fight for their marriage, but in doing so, she had only pushed him further toward Yağmur. Yağmur, on the other hand, offered Baris a fresh start. She was young, vibrant, and full of life, everything that reminded him of the passion he had once craved. With Yağmur, there were no exhausting fights, no pressure to maintain appearances. She made him feel alive again, and that feeling was too powerful to ignore. However, his decision was not without consequences. Gülüm did not accept the breakup easily. She reportedly confronted both Baris and Yağmur, demanding answers and accusing them of betraying her. Her emotional breakdowns only made things more complicated, especially when rumors surfaced that she might take legal action against Baris, making the divorce process even messier. Gülüm was the first to hear his decision. In a quiet conversation, away from prying eyes, Baris confessed that his heart was no longer fully with her. It was a painful admission, one that she had been dreading yet secretly anticipating. She had seen the shift in his eyes, in his touch, in the way he hesitated before answering questions about their future. She listened in silence, tears streaming down her face, before finally speaking. "I always knew." Yağmur, too, had her moment with Baris. When he told her that he had chosen her, she felt a rush of relief, of validation, of love. But it was not the fairy tale moment she had once imagined. There was an undeniable heaviness in the air, a sense that what they had fought for had come at a cost. "Are you sure?" she had asked him, searching his face for any trace of doubt. He had taken her hands in his and reassured her that he was. But the consequences of his decision began to unfold almost immediately. Gülüm, heartbroken and humiliated, refused to go down quietly. Rumors swirled that she was considering legal action, potentially making the divorce process even more complicated. Some sources even claimed that she had threatened to expose secrets from their marriage, ones that could damage Baris's reputation. Meanwhile, Yağmur's own family was far from celebrating. Her mother, who had never approved of Baris, was vocal in her disapproval. She accused Baris of being untrustworthy, of playing with her daughter's emotions, of bringing chaos into their lives. "A man who betrays his wife will one day betray you too," she had warned Yağmur. But Yağmur, blinded by love, refused to listen. Baris, now standing at the start of a new chapter, faced a different kind of pressure. His relationship with Yağmur was no longer in the shadows, it was exposed for the world to see, and not everyone was supportive. His professional life was also under scrutiny, with some in the industry questioning whether his personal scandals would overshadow his career. Could he and Yağmur truly move forward, or would the weight of the past always follow them? Despite the backlash, Baris stood by his choice. He knew that staying in a marriage out of guilt would only cause more pain in the long run. And while his relationship with Yağmur was still facing challenges, especially from their families and the media, he believed that following his heart was the only way forward. But the real question remained: was Baris truly ready to build a future with Yağmur, or was this just another chapter in an ongoing saga of heartbreak and scandal? If there are any celebrities you would like to know about and follow current developments, please indicate in the comments. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you in the next videos. Goodbye.
We need your support to grow our channel and to bring you news faster. 90% of viewers leave without subscribing. Please support the Turkish Magazine family by subscribing and liking the video.